Have you ever found yourself gaining weight around your midsection no matter how much you exercise or watch what you eat? Or maybe you feel constantly exhausted, but your mind is racing at night, making it impossible to relax. What if I told you that the culprit could be a hormone called cortisol, often known as the stress hormone? Cortisol plays a huge role in your body's stress response, but when it's out of balance, it can lead to fat storage, particularly around your belly, and a whole host of other physical and emotional symptoms. In this video, we're going to explore 4 key signs that your cortisol levels might be out of balance, leading to cortisol belly and more. Let's dive into these signs and how you can bring cortisol back into balance. 1. Stubborn weight gain around the midsection. One of the most common and frustrating signs of high cortisol levels is the accumulation of fat around the midsection, often referred to as the cortisol belly. This specific fat tends to gather around the abdomen and internal organs, known as visceral fat. Unlike regular fat that sits just under the skin, visceral fat is firmer and more stubborn, making it incredibly challenging to lose, even with a healthy diet and consistent exercise routine. This occurs because cortisol triggers your body to store fat as a protective mechanism during times of stress, preparing it for survival in case of emergencies. The reason why this type of fat is particularly concerning lies in its impact on heart health and overall metabolic function. Visceral fat is not just an aesthetic problem, it's a warning sign for heart disease, insulin resistance, and other serious health issues. The more fat you store around your abdomen, the higher your risk of developing chronic conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, and cardiovascular disease. This kind of fat is also closely linked to increased inflammation, which can contribute to systemic health problems over time. If you've noticed consistent weight gain around your belly, even though you've been eating well or exercising, it could be a sign that elevated cortisol levels are affecting your body. The more you hold on to belly fat, the more likely it is that cortisol is playing a significant role in fat storage. The key to tackling this is stress management. Learning how to control your cortisol levels is crucial for combating this issue. Simple techniques like deep breathing, meditation, or engaging in relaxation practices can help lower cortisol levels. Additionally, focusing on whole foods, lean proteins, and healthy fats can help reduce the effects of cortisol, preventing the storage of fat around the midsection and promoting overall healthier metabolism. 2. Wired but tired fatigue. Have you ever experienced the feeling of being completely exhausted, yet your mind just won't stop racing? You're physically drained, but still wide awake at night, unable to unwind or fall asleep, despite feeling like you need rest? This is a classic symptom of wired but tired fatigue, and it's often a clear sign that your cortisol levels are out of balance. Cortisol is the hormone responsible for regulating the body's stress response. It's naturally supposed to rise in the morning, helping you feel alert and energized, and it should gradually decrease throughout the day as the evening approaches, preparing your body for rest. However, when cortisol stays elevated for extended periods, especially into the evening, it disrupts your natural sleep cycle. Instead of your body winding down for rest, it stays in a heightened state of alertness, making it harder for you to relax. As a result, you feel mentally sharp but physically drained, and falling asleep becomes a challenge. This disruption creates a vicious cycle. High cortisol levels can prevent you from fully recovering during sleep, leaving you perpetually tired and stressed. The more your body remains in this state of constant stress, the harder it becomes to recharge and function well the next day. Not only does this affect your sleep quality, but it also impacts your energy levels and mental clarity, making it more difficult to focus or stay productive throughout the day. In addition to sleep disturbances, high cortisol levels can also impair your ability to cope with physical exhaustion. Your body struggles to bounce back from daily fatigue, and recovery from stress feels longer and more difficult. To break the cycle, it's essential to focus on lowering cortisol levels in the evening. Techniques such as mindfulness, deep breathing, avoiding caffeine late in the day, and sticking to a consistent sleep routine can help. These simple adjustments can promote relaxation and help you regain control of your energy levels, allowing you to sleep deeply and wake up feeling refreshed. 3. Intense cravings for sugary or salty foods. Another sign that your cortisol might be out of balance is experiencing intense cravings for high-fat, sugary, or salty foods. When your cortisol levels rise due to stress, your body naturally craves foods that provide quick energy, especially those high in sugar and fat. This is a survival mechanism. In response to stress, cortisol signals to your body that it needs more fuel to manage the situation. However, while this might feel like an immediate fix, it's often a temporary solution that can lead to further problems. When cortisol is chronically elevated, it causes your blood sugar levels to fluctuate significantly, leading to even stronger cravings. If you find yourself reaching for comfort foods such as chips, chocolate, or sugary snacks during stressful moments, you could be experiencing the effects of high cortisol. These cravings are not just about hunger but are the body's way of seeking a quick source of energy. However, the more you give into these cravings, the more you reinforce the cycle of eating high-calorie, low-nutrient foods. While this may provide a quick burst of energy, it can lead to weight gain, increased insulin resistance, and other metabolic problems, exacerbating the cortisol imbalance in the long run. This pattern can also negatively affect your mood and energy levels, leaving you feeling stuck in a loop of poor eating habits. Blood sugar fluctuations caused by cortisol can also contribute to feelings of irritability, sluggishness, and difficulty concentrating. Over time, this pattern can create a vicious cycle where cravings lead to unhealthy food choices, which then lead to more stress and fatigue. To break this cycle, it's crucial to focus on balanced meals that include protein, fiber, and healthy fats. These nutrients not only regulate blood sugar but also help keep you feeling fuller for longer, reducing the likelihood of cravings. In addition, stress management techniques like meditation, yoga, or deep breathing exercises can help lower cortisol levels, making it easier to manage stress and reducing those persistent food cravings. By making small changes in your diet and incorporating stress reduction practices, you can regain control over your eating habits and start to break free from this cycle. 4. Poor sleep quality and insomnia. One of the most telling signs that your cortisol levels may be out of balance is experiencing poor sleep quality or even insomnia. Cortisol plays a major role in regulating your body's sleep-wake cycle, also known as the circadian rhythm. In a healthy cycle, cortisol levels naturally rise in the morning to help you feel alert and energized, and drop in the evening to prepare your body for sleep. However, when cortisol remains elevated, especially in the evening, it disrupts this cycle, making it difficult for you to fall asleep or stay asleep through the night. If you find yourself lying awake for hours, tossing and turning, or waking up frequently during the night, it could be a clear sign of cortisol imbalance. When cortisol levels are out of whack, they interfere with your body's ability to relax and enter the restful phase of sleep. This leads to a lack of quality rest, which can cause increased stress, weakened immunity, and an overall decline in physical and mental health. Moreover, not getting enough restorative sleep means your body doesn't have the chance to recover and repair itself, leaving you feeling mentally foggy, irritable, and drained during the day. The longer this goes on, the more it exacerbates the cortisol imbalance, leading to a vicious cycle where poor sleep fuels stress and heightened cortisol, which then further disrupts your sleep. To break this cycle, it's essential to focus on managing your cortisol levels. Relaxation techniques like deep breathing, progressive muscle relaxation, or even gentle stretching before bed can lower cortisol and help your body prepare for a restful night. Also, reducing screen time and creating a calming sleep environment can enhance your chances of falling asleep faster and staying asleep through the night. There you have it, the 4 signs that cortisol may be out of balance and affecting your health. From stubborn belly fat and fatigue to cravings and insomnia, high cortisol can wreak havoc on your body, but the good news is that it's manageable. By incorporating stress-reducing practices into your daily routine, balancing your diet, and focusing on your sleep, you can regain control and keep cortisol in check. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tips on improving your health and wellness. See you in the next video.